Ow. Sorry. Welcome to Mythical Kitchen, where dreams become food. I don't know. It's pretty cool, I guess. All right, so ramen is up there with the most perfect foods in the world, but the one problem is that you can't eat it with your hands. And if you do, you may be asked to leave the restaurant, and they will say, "Sir, where are your pants?" And you'll say, "Madame, I haven't any pants, for I am eating ramen nachos at home." We're gonna make ramen nachos. I made it on GMM once, they're really good. If you're following along at home, we've broken the recipe down into 3 easy steps. You can snag the time codes right there. I did subtly flex. I'm gonna call it out on myself before you call it out in the comments. But we also have a full written recipe down in the description. Also, hey, we have a podcast. That's me and Nicole. It's called A Hot Dog is a Sandwich. Some have called it the best podcast in the world. And by some, I mean me and Nicole. The latest episode just dropped yesterday. It is a banger. Banger? Banger. Let us cook. Follow along. Come on. Come on, you. Come on. What's in my pocket? Oh, it's floss. What we are doing right now is we're creating ramen chips. So what we have here are 4 packs of instant ramen that have been simply cooked and cooled and put in a bowl. And we're gonna add 2 eggs to that. We're gonna try and create almost like a sort of ramen dough. We want to have binders that sort of like coagulate the noodles all together, and then we're gonna lay them on a sheet and get them nice and thin and freeze them and cut them into triangles so you get nice little crispy ramen chips. I know what you're saying. Could we just use normal chips? Nah, you want to use ramen. Some like cooked men, I like ramen. It's a pun. So you can hear Annalise squeak laughing over there because it was a pun. Thank you, Annalise, for always supporting me. So we're gonna take all these ramen damn it, dude, look at the whole. You want to season up these chips with the ramen packets. So we're gonna take all these ramen packets, we're gonna rip them open, there we go. And we're just gonna get them in there, and we're just gonna whisk that up. The goal here, I mentioned eating ramen with your hands. That is a big dream of mine. Most of my dreams involve all my teeth shattering. And then me like dealing with the dental bills, which like, gosh, welcome to America. So I'm gonna get these noodles all incorporated. That's looking nice. And then I'm gonna take the flour, because I forgot to add that. And now I'm gonna do it. And then we're gonna toss this with the back of a fork again. That's good, jimmy it up. Switch to your hand. So we're gonna get all that flour incorporated into the noodles. Again, that's just gonna dry up some of that moisture, any of that residual liquid that's holding on to those noodles. This is fun. This should be like a stress ball, you know? But like stress noodles. Although I guess any noodles I eat are probably stress noodles. That makes sense. So now we're gonna take all this and we're gonna pop it onto a sheet pan with a silicone mat. You can use parchment paper, you can use literally whatever. Let's scatter this out. The goal here is to get as thin a sheet as possible that will still hold together, because we're gonna let it set here in the freezer. Then we're gonna cut that into triangles, and then we're gonna fry those. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put another silicone sheet on top of it, and I'm just gonna try and even it out with my hand. You will see that I do have a rolling pin right there that could be used in theory to even this out. I do not want to do that. You just put it in there to look cool, so you look tough. And then we're, ow. Sorry. And now I'm gonna put this in the freezer and we're gonna let it set up for about 2 hours, just until this is nice and coagulated. And then I'm gonna chop it into triangles. Okay, so as an empath, I'm gonna go ahead and cut these ramen noodles. All right, so we got a whole frozen sheet of ramen noodles here, and I have a knife, and I'm gonna cut these. I swear to God, there's cat hair in my mouth. Oh my God, that's a full-on cat hair. My cat has started just nesting inside my clothing drawers, because in the morning I'll pick out a fresh sheet of underwear, and then I'll like go into the bathroom to change, because I don't like being naked in front of my mirror. And then the cat will jump into the underwear drawer, and then somehow the cat hair migrates from my underwear up to my mouth, and I don't know how. So we're gonna square these off so we can cut these into triangles, because a triangle technically is just a square cut in half. You guys know that? You gotta cut it in half the right time though, otherwise it's gonna be like a rectangle. Some of you are like, Josh's jokes aren't funny. Like, it's because they're not jokes, it's just my stupid brain and how it works. The goal is to get about a Dorito-sized chip out of this. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it here, cut it there, cut it here. You wanna bifurcate the angle, get real Pythagorean on it. Got him. All right, so we're gonna keep cutting triangles. You know, you've seen it once, you've seen it 1,000 times. Hey, we got more triangles to cut. And to help you cut, you can have a glass of hot water, and what you can do is take a sip. That'll invigorate you to cut the rest of your rectangles. Okay, they're still not done. I said okay as if they were, they're not. Here we are, we got a bunch of triangles. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take all these triangles, we're gonna throw these all in the deep fryer. So these are just frozen bricks of noodle. They're gonna get nice and crispy because we added the flour in there, we added the egg. That's gonna create some nice starchy component in there. Just take it, take all my money, take my money. You took everything in the divorce, take my money. Okay, fry it for about 2 minutes. There's no wrong way to do this. You could also crisp them up in the oven. One's done. At some point on Twitter, I said I was able to do this because I'm actually moving my fingers very quickly, but I'm not. I'm just holding it. This one I'm just dealing with. I'll take you. All right, these are looking great. Just gonna pop those right back there. What's a rhombus? Not a single scientist can explain to me what a rhombus is, and that's because they're scared. I don't know what a rhombus is. I feel like this is it, though. You know what I mean? Because as an empath, I can intuit what a rhombus is. So, comment below. Okay, so since I am a tourist, we're gonna go ahead and make some chashu pork right here. What we have is some delicious looking pork belly here. We still got the skin on that. Chashu is typically found on top of ramen bowls everywhere. It's a Japanese sort of like rolled pork roulade type of situation. It is absolutely delicious, cooked with a bunch of aromatics. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna slap a bunch of pork belly on there. It's like almost bacon. Now I'm gonna take a whole bunch of twine. Yeah, I got raw pork all over the twine. I'm sorry, everybody. All right, so hold on, let me cut off a big, well, the twine's on the ground now. You know what the problem is? There's like no room to do anything because it's got to be all on the camera. Just kind of, yeah, we got it. Okay. What chashu is, it is a rolled pork belly that you're gonna tie together with twine and then braise in a lot of aromatics, except we are going to use the pressure cooker because it's just so fast and easy. I don't like to endorse cooking products that aren't directly paying me. And again, I will if the banana slicer from Amazon wants to come sponsor an episode of Mythical Kitchen, boy, I'll slice any sort of bananas with that one. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take all this here twine, and it's just like tying your shoes, you know? I wear slip-ons and flip-flops, so I don't know what that means. It's pretty intuitive. All you're gonna do is you're gonna tie it off the end right here, and then you're gonna flip it so it creates a kind of hook situation, and then you're gonna bring this underneath, and again, this floor, dirtier than a movie theater floor, but the twine's gonna drag on the floor because there's not enough counter space. So what we're gonna do is then we're gonna wrap it around, bring it here, make sure it's nice and tight, and then you're gonna tie it and hook it again. I don't know how to tie my shoe. I wish there was a Velcro strap for the pork, because I wore Velcro strap shoes till I was 11 because I didn't know how to tie them. It's a joke. There we go, there we go, there we go. Look at this. Nice, tight little pork belly chashu roulade. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the Instant Pot, we're gonna hit it on saute. We wanna give this a nice little sear first, so we're gonna go Instant Pot, saute, please. Can't see the buttons, I gotta lean. Yogurt. Yeah, I like yogurt. Porridge, I like porridge too. Rice is fun. Saute. It does it. It's just like, it has to wait because it'll go beep. There it is. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna add a little bit of vegetable oil to that. All we're gonna do, we're gonna saute this up, sear it up. All we gotta do is have a good time. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take our pork and then we're gonna sear it off here to get some nice browning on it. And then we're gonna add all these nice aromatics to it. So we're gonna take this and you can hear how hot it is. Well, screw it, it's gonna get braised, you know? Like, you don't, searing's a myth. Chris, add some in post, add some searing sounds in post. All right, so we have the pork searing off right here. Now what we gotta do is get some aromatics going. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take garlic and I'm gonna line them up. That way you can palm heel strike them individually. It's gonna be very quick. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, palm heel strike. Then you're gonna take the garlics and you're just gonna add them into that oil. It's gonna get nice and perfumey. And now a super quick tip to peel ginger. All you do is put it there and you're gonna take a spoon and palm heel strike. And then you can, holy crap, dude. It did not peel the skin as I would have hoped. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the back end of a knife and I'm gonna scrape off the skin. All right, so now we're gonna take that ginger and we're gonna pop that in there. Things are popping, that's good. So now we're gonna take some green onion and I'm not gonna palm heel strike that because that'd be dumb. And we're just gonna give this a nice rough chop. We're gonna add all these green onions right into the pot. And then we're gonna take some mirin. Mirin is a sweetened Japanese cooking wine. It's actually what gives teriyaki sauce that really kind of signature flavor. So if you're gonna drink, get some mirin. There's the sizzle sounds. And then we're gonna take some soy sauce. Soy sauce is gonna add a majority of salt to this. And again, all that liquid's gonna permeate all that unctuous pork fat. And then we're gonna add a fair amount of sugar in there as well. And then a little bit of sake. Sake is a Japanese drinking wine, but any wine is a drinking wine if you really try hard enough. And then, what's this clear stuff? Water? This is what they have in toilets? And then now all we gotta do. All right, so we got our chashu pork in the pressure cooker. That's gonna pressure cook for about 90 minutes, and then we're gonna slice it up, and then we're gonna make some tonkotsu nacho cheese with some of that braising liquid. Then we're gonna do some ramen eggs, you know, we're gonna have a good time. You know, we can do whatever. This is your show, man. So I am an INTJ, and that means I'm gonna take the chashu liquid and I'm gonna add it to this pot right here. We're gonna, God, that gets so hot. These wow, holy shnikes. Anyways, let's go back a second. So we're taking a couple eggs, we're gonna drop them into boiling water, then we're gonna shut that down to a simmer. As I shut it down to a simmer literally right now, what I like to do with the eggs is I take them with a spoon and then I kind of guide them down the side. That way, yep, cracked immediately. That way it doesn't crack. So we're gonna take another egg and we're gonna drop that in. We got the eggs. They're gonna simmer for 6 minutes and then we're gonna pull them out. We're gonna get them in ice bath so they stop cooking immediately. That way the yolk should be perfectly jammy. We're gonna marinate those in some nice mirin, some stuff, a lot of the similar flavors that are going on with our chashu. Speaking of chashu, what we got is that chashu going in right there. And then we're gonna add some white miso paste to it. We're gonna take that miso and we're gonna add it to this nice, beautiful chashu broth right here. Try and get it incorporated. Whenever you add miso to a thin liquid, you kind of gotta mash at it with some sort of utensil. Whoop. Since we're not just adding the cheese to milk to create a sort of nacho cheese sauce, we're using a broth. It's gonna take a lot for this cheese to really sort of emulsify in there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some cold water and I'm gonna add that to cornstarch. So we're gonna create a nice little slurry. And then we're gonna add our cornstarch slurry to this just roiling hot pan. And then this is gonna start to tighten up. Oh, does someone set a timer? You got one? Oh, dude, Nicole, you're the best. So, I'm gonna add some Monterey Jack cheese. I'm using Monterey Jacks. It's a nice mild cheese, but it melts really, really well. Keep stirring, stir through it. Can't see squat. All right, so we got our nacho cheese. That's looking absolutely beautiful. Now I'm just gonna reach in, I'm gonna grab the eggs out of the water, get them into an ice bath. Perfect. So the ice is gonna stop the cooking of the eggs immediately. That ensures we can get those beautiful jammy yolks. So, the marinade for ramen eggs. All we're gonna do, we're gonna take some water and soy sauce, and then mirin, some of that Japanese cooking wine. And then we're gonna crack the eggs. Doing stuff. Do you know the reason that eggs are so strong is because they're a rhombus? And the defining feature of a rhombus is that you can put pressure equally on all sides and it'll never break, but it's also a metaphor for love. Because sometimes, you know, in a relationship there's pressure, but the love is the rhombus that keeps you together. So we're gonna take the eggs and we're just gonna put that in there. Don't look at it. Yeah, it's great. So we got the eggs sitting in the marinade. We're gonna let those eggs marinate overnight. What? This is still cooking. The burner been off for 10 minutes. See you in the next frame. All right, so we got our ramen eggs. This is lovely. This is the color you're looking for on it. You want all that beautiful, like dark soy and sugar notes on that. Just gonna take this out. I'm gonna give it a nice slice into two distinct rhombi. That is lovely, perfect jammy yolk. This is exactly what I look for. I don't love it when the yolk is like too runny, but once you get like this nice little kind of fudginess factor, you see you're almost cooked on the outside. Oh, that's the ticket. So we got that. But first off, hey, do that brand new thing. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all this delicious miso nacho cheese and I'm just gonna flood this over our ramen chips. Oh yeah, that is gorgeous. You know, it kind of looks like the Norwegian processed cheese brunost. Shout out to the 3 Norwegians who are gonna comment going, no brunost. Now we got our chashu pork right here. What you typically do is to warm it up, you take a nice little blowtorch to it. So we're just gonna blowtorch this. We wanna get some heat on that and that's gonna really continue to melt all the fat from that pork belly. Yeah, get the sizzle. What are we doing here? Get some sizzle on her. All right, so we got the pork torch. Now all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pick this up. Oh, beautiful little pork squiggles right there. I'm just gonna set these next to each other right here. Now next to the pork, I'm gonna take one of these eggs. Nice little beautiful egg for this trying time. And now I'm gonna take some enoki mushrooms. These are some nice little blanched enoki mushrooms. Just gonna add those to the side right there, kind of sticking out very unceremoniously. Yeah, add some fish cake on the side. Love me some fish cake. I can snack on these all day. And now I'm gonna take some pickled ginger or benishoga. It's one of my favorite little things. Add some nice brightness to it. Now I'm gonna take some of these green onions, just plop those right in the middle. And then you get a nice dusting of shichimi togarashi powder right on the scallions. There it is. We did it. Come on. You're looking at it. That's pretty cool, right? Look it. I made the thing I said I was gonna do at the beginning of the video. It would have been a huge disappointment if I didn't though, right? All right, here we have the ramen nachos. I mean, I'm really proud of this. I think this looks very cool. The chashu pork looks absolutely delicious. We hit it with the blowtorch. Soft boiled egg is nice and jammy. All that miso nacho cheese. I'm gonna go under the pork, try and rip off. Oh, pork belly is so tender. Yeah. I'm gonna load up my bite. I'm gonna go a little bit of pickled ginger. I'm gonna just kind of dip into the yolk. I'm gonna get a couple of those scallions, and then do you want some fish cake? No, fish cake's for snacking later. This is kind of the perfect ramen nacho for me. Let's try it. It's a party in your mouth. I mean, it really is all the flavors of ramen from like that soy, the tonkotsu pork, the pickled ginger, with all the experience of eating nachos with your hands. I'm really a huge fan of this. I mean, what a fun little dish. It's fun. Come on, cooking is fun. And as a Taurus, we love fun, or we're grounded, but I'm a Sagittarius moon. I don't know what that means. What I'm saying is, Trevor, you wanna come eat some nachos?
I would love to. I mean, I'm a ramen guy, you're a ramen guy, I'm a nacho guy, you're a nacho guy. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah. Would you like to, is this the part where you feed me?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
yeah.
Sure. Okay, do you want anything in particular? Because I can kind of like shift around and find you. Want some egg?
I'll take egg, yeah. I'll take everything but the fish cake, because you're right, fish cakes we're snacking later. So.
We're gonna snack on those fish cakes later. I'm gonna kind of just wipe it in the ginger.
Yeah, no, that's okay, that's good, I like
We'll get one kind of
essence of ginger on there.
Yeah, well here we are, Trevor. This is
it's all going in. Are you ready?
Yeah. Here, I'm supporting you.
Oh.
Yeah, get there. Oh god, the spork's getting in the throat. Oh jeez. Oh, how was that?
It's ramen.
It's ramen, but not.
But not so.
It's different though. Thanks for coming. Hey Trevor, thanks for stopping by the Mythical Kitchen.
No, thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, thanks for stopping by the Mythical Kitchen. Also, you people. We got new episodes out every week. We got new episodes of our podcast, Hot Dogs and Sandwich, out every Wednesday, wherever the heck you get your podcasts. I find mine in an alley out back by the 7-Eleven. Hit us up on Instagram at Mythical Kitchen with pictures of your mythical dishes under hashtag Dreams Become Food. I had a ramen nacho that was dangerously close to choking.
I'm still chewing.
Yeah.
It takes a while to get
It's nice though.
It is nice.
I'll see you next time. You can cook up your own feast while wearing the Mythical Kitchen apron. Available now at mythical.com.